Здравейте, банда, и добре дошли на поредния епизод от поредицата Black Mirror. Почваме пета част в играта, така съвпада с този епизод. Да видим парчета.
There are a few shards lying under the table. There are a few shards lying under the table.
Добре, защо не ги взема?
Ugh. Now I can see that I look as bad as I feel. Photos of my ma and pa. They can't help me anymore either. And what have we got here? A pair of pliers. I don't need them right now.
Ау, умирам, като е тая механика. Аз сега не ми трябва, след малко ще ги взема.
Photos of my ma and pa. And what have we got?
Добре. Няма го не.
A shaky old bed, full of woodworm. Perfect for dying in. There are a few shards. So I didn't dream it. It actually happened. That's the book from the ritual chamber. Mordred's book. The pages are empty. Damn. Can't be.
What the? Everything is in the book, and now there's nothing in the book.
Okay. Keep calm. Remember, in the ritual chamber with Angelina, the blood of a male Gordon. If I drop some of my blood onto the book, then the writings ought to become visible.
Айде тогава, режи.
A piece of glass. That ought to do it.
Разбира се.
Ow! Nothing. Not a single letter. Stop. Here. Here's something. Oh, no, it's just Mordred's dumbass summoning formula. All that for nothing. But I have to do something. I can't just let Mordred win. I'd rather be dead than a centuries-old murderer. My father, he's already trodden this path. It might be the simplest way, but it's also the most effective. Without me, there is no Mordred. My death will be his as well. I've got no other choice.
Така, сега какво става? Късцена! Давай, скачай!
Gordon's centuries-old family, cursed right down to the very last descendant. And I am him. The story of the Gordons ends with me.
No! Mr. Gordon! Adrian, don't do it!
Go away!
Come down, Adrian. You can't do that. There is another way.
What do you know?
More than you think. I can help you beat the curse. Trust me, please. Come down here. Please!
Да, тази с източно-европейски акцент. Тая е сестрата. Тя е източно-европейка ли? Италянка ли?
My employer is the Vatican. Have you
Италянка,
ever
добре.
heard of the apostolic visitation? We're mainly concerned with supernatural
Малко пресилен
phenomena,
италиански
what
акцент.
are commonly known as miracles.
The Vatican. There I was thinking it couldn't get much worse, and then the church comes knocking at the door.
I was sent here because we had been informed that Black Mirror Castle had burned down. It was apparently just a recognition. I was to sort out legal matters and release the funds for the Gordons to rebuild the castle. But then I found out that Victoria Gordon was on her deathbed, and that Angelina was nowhere to be found. My task then became to secure the Gordons' inheritance and to minimize the effects of the curse, as best I could.
The effects of the curse. The Gordon's inheritance?
Adrian, your eyes.
Yeah, I know. They're black. What do you know about the curse of the Gordons?
Mordred wanted immortality and power. He somehow anchored his soul in the mirror, but he was caught during a ritual by his brother. Shortly before his death, he cursed Marcus's descendants to collect souls, in order that he could be called back into life again. And it would seem it worked, judging by your eyes.
Collect souls? You mean kill people?
Yes.
You're wrong. I haven't killed anyone, and still Mordred lives in me.
As far as I can gather, your twin sister, Angelina, did that for you. We got it all wrong. Angelina was originally supposed to take over the Guardian role. We didn't know anything about you. We thought the last male Gordon committed suicide 12 years ago.
What do you mean, Guardian role? You mean to guard these portals, right?
That is the Gordon's inheritance. The Guardians are people of pure heart, who were chosen by the Church a long time ago to guard the Black Mirror.
The Black Mirror.
Yes, a great mirror, which also serves as an ancient portal and lies deep beneath the castle. Marcus Gordon took over this duty and passed it on to his children.
But how should a Gordon stay pure of heart if they're all destined to murder?
Your family has produced more Guardians than it has murderers. Only Marcus's descendants are in a position to resist the Black Mirror. We still don't know why. However, we don't have any time now to research the exact reason for this, and then find an alternative Guardian from outside the Gordon family.
So, I'm definitely your last hope then. How do you know all this?
From the Vatican archives, and also from this book here, which I found in the library. It's the Book of the Guardians.
There were no longer any Guardians of pure heart here, just Mordred.
Adrian, right from birth, you were destined to become a Guardian. Without Angelina, Mordred's curse would never have passed over you. Victoria would never have wanted nor permitted you to kill yourself. Do you want to simply ignore her final wishes? Adrian, if you're going to kill yourself, everything could only get worse. If there were no longer any Guardians, then the Black Mirror would be open to all. The mirror would enslave the weak and bring Mordred back into the world of the living. And the Black Mirror will be unprotected. Victoria would have never allowed you to commit suicide. Are you going to simply ignore Victoria's last will?
All right then. I'll give you one chance.
Виждам иконка на лабиринт.
Did I understand that correctly? I'm the last Gordon of Marcus's lineage, and therefore also the last Guardian? But I can't guard the portal because a cursed part of me, the Mordred part, wants to open the portal. And if I kill myself, the portal can be opened because there are no more Guardians.
Something like that. Yes.
So, what do you suggest?
An exorcism. In the church.
An exorcism.
It's an ancient ritual. Long before there were Christians, ghosts and demons were being cast out of people. It works. You only have to believe in it, Adrian.
I'm possessed by the devil. Don't talk to me about belief. Okay, I'll do it.
Thank you, Adrian. And now let's go to the church. We should complete the exorcism before night.
Добре, хайде.
So, how does a person get to work for the Vatican?
Later.
Holy Mother in Heaven!
Yeah, a good day to you too, Father.
Prioress Antolini, welcome back. You've arrived at just the right time.
Now do you see why I was in such a hurry?
Miss Antolini has had an idea about how to solve my problem.
Yes, I've been informed. The Archbishop has told me about it himself.
5 minutes later, and you would have had to inform Mark as well.
Father, have you ever performed an exorcism?
I've been the priest for the whole manor of Black Mirror for years. Everyone here has been baptized by me, and my words accompany them to the grave, too. I've taken the confessions of murderers, and
Father, have you or haven't you?
No, not in practice. But I do have the theoretical knowledge, of course.
Oh, great. I'm the guinea pig.
Adrian, I've been trained for something like this. I've studied the Rituale Romanum several times. And if Prioress Antolini thinks it's the best option, then I agree with her. After all, she is, well,
I've already told Adrian who I work for, but I'm afraid we don't have time to discuss this for hours on end.
Good. Then let's begin the preparations.
Okay, and what can I do?
We need information, so the more we know about the demon, the better.
We already have his name, so we can address him. Do you know any more about him?
What would be important?
It would be good to know how he sinned. And a personal item. Something that anchors him in this world.
Then I'll get searching.
But be quick. I'll prepare everything with the priest.
Интересно. Добре. Дайте направим на сейвче. Не бе, не де да ходиш бе.
Hello? No one there?
Добре. Какво сега иска от нас точно да направим? Бялата жена. Бялата жена. Трябва някакси да намерим. Ще ходим там при къщата на ония, там болния, дето е. Гет на Ватикана, цъка ръка. Нещо.
The correct translation is "See the Lamb of God."
Добре.
I definitely won't find anything to do with Mordred.
Ето ще е замъка, сигурно. Тук или другаде да е.
I can't show up in the village with Black. I'd probably end up getting lynched by. And if I'm gonna play the Guardian, then I ought.
Good day, sir.
Човек.
Edward, I completely forgotten about him.
И няма мислен, че го чува. Най-много да го убием.
Hi, Edward. I didn't expect you so soon.
If it's inconvenient, I could come back another time.
Да, изчезвай.
Why are you here again?
You said I should come by during the course of the day, about an eventual position as butler.
Oh, yes. Excuse me, Edward. As you see, I don't really have time just now, and
Perhaps I can help you.
actually, there is something. It would be great if you could deliver this letter to Inspector Spooner. Tell him I found it while tidying up the greenhouse.
Of course, sir.
Aha.
You're not gonna tell anyone else about it. The thing with my eyes, I mean?
Most certainly not, sir. Discretion is the most important virtue of a butler.
Добре.
Good man. In other circumstances, he'd be the perfect new Bates.
Абсолютно да. Чакайте да видим, има ли нещо?
An empty letterbox. A massive block of... The globe is metal. In the corner, there's a...
Чакай.
Maybe this was the book that Victoria meant as she was dying. She said that everything was in the book. Damn it, Valentina. I was never able to
Damn it,
find
Valentina.
it. I don't have the time to read everything. But at first glance, it looks like it's just full of stories about the White Lady. It even tells here about how she died. In the final duel with my brother, she threw herself between us to stop the bloodshed, but he was no longer the brother I once knew. The evil had corrupted him too much. How great must this power have been to make him forget all of the battles in which we had fought together side by side? How incessantly overpowering must the evil be to make him forget just how much he had loved his wife Maria. His blade pierced her heart and snapped as though it were made from glass. That was also the end of my brother. But then with his final breath, he cursed me and all my descendants. I killed my brother. I will never be able to forgive myself for that. His final resting place will be in our chapel. May God have mercy on his soul.
Добре, и на Our Chapel. Значи, трябва да отидем там според мене.
That must be a transcript from Marcus's writings.
Така, аз още нещо се сетих, че трябва да погледна, ама... Забравих какво... да, чакай, аз не говорих пак с шибания поп, бе. Забравих. Превъзбудих се така от историята. Или по-скоро малко се поизморих, вече 4 часа стримвам. Тук ли се влиза? Защо чукаме?
Father Frederick,
My son?
Mordred's wife was called Maria.
That's good to know. Those are worldly, familial things. I'm sure we can address Mordred with that, particularly if he loved her.
Знаем, че е обичал.
He murdered her with a sword.
Oh, that's excellent. For our purposes, I mean. Is that all you have found out?
Yeah.
We're still not ready. Go have another look around the castle.
Around the castle. Трябва да говорим с нея нещо.
The priest seems to hold her in high regard. I first need to collect some information.
Around the castle. Тя това не подсказа. Добре. Чакай малко. Пак ще проверим.
Hello? No one there.
Туалетната. Не.
The correct translation is...
Добре, окей. Around the castle. Around the castle. Добре, нека да излезем вънка първо. Или да влезем вътре тук. О, я вижте, тук има някакви работи, бе.
Hey, I definitely know that from somewhere.
Ахаха.
The Guardian's highest virtue is faith, as much in himself as in God.
Най-висшата ценност на пазителя е вярата в себе си и в Господ. Добре.
These notes, who's writing them to me? Am I writing them myself? Or Mordred? Even if the pages are blank, maybe the book will be useful for the exorcism. Who knows? It did once belong to Mordred, after all. There's a rope dangling right in front of the window. Or is it a noose? Better take it, I guess. Photos of my mod. And what have we got here? I have discovered
Нещо.
this is Victoria's jewel.
Nothing. Добре, значи това според мен е едното, което ще дадем.
A rope, at least 20 meters long. An extension cable.
Здрасти, Бат Зеркер. Коя е най-добрата survival horror игра? Е Resident Evil, естествено. Вече оттам зависи кой вкус ти харесва. Дали ще играеш по класическите им игри, first person, third person, по action, по survival. Дали такъв и Silent Hill, такива работи.
Mordred. Ah, he's down here. All on his own. Strange. Didn't Victoria say he was married? And even had a kid? Why aren't they on here? Mordred. Strange. Why aren't they on here?
И Silent Hill, и Silent Hill, и Alone in the Dark, разбира се. Страхотни поредици, страхотни игри, просто поредицата на Konami е най-добре направената от всичките.
The globe is metal. A massive block of... It's as...
Няма, там просто е невъзможно. Така е, играем ретро. Ако имаш възможност, също ще те помоля да пишеш на кирилица, ако не ти е проблем. Добре, малко, къде е тук нещо? Това тук така и не го... Имало е някакъв меч.
What are these marks?
Или
It looks
кръст.
like mildew. Ugh, not that healthy.
Е, тук. Няма обаче с какво го изтъркам. Добре, както и да е. Нека се върнем в църквата да говорим за тази книга с дядката. Да видим. Не знам кой е Дон Солов. Не знам, сори.
Adrian, there you are.
Добре.
Father Frederick,
My son?
I found a book that belonged to Mordred, but all the pages are blank.
How do you know it belonged to him then?
It's from his grave.
We can divert his attention from you with it. You'd better give that to me. Now we have enough information.
Okay, so
Аз принципно
what
се цъкам
happens
така
now?
ретро игри, point and
Just lie
click.
down here
Екшен игри
and
също от
trust
време на
in
време.
Jesus, our Lord.
Чакайте, сега ще правим екзорсизъма.
Santolini, are you recording?
О,
This is the exorcism of Adrian Gordon.
Oh.
Present our Father Frederick, pastor of the Church of Wormhill.
Дайте
has
да видим сега какво
conducted
ще става.
exorcist, and as witness
Нещата няма да...
conductor Iris Valentina Antolini.
Няма да се оке, аз ви казвам.
It has begun. Let us pray.
In nomine
Patris et
Patris
Filii et Spiritus Sancti.
Някой ще умре. Дядката ще умре.
Most glorious Prince of the heavenly
Дядката според мен ще
armies,
умре.
Saint Michael the Archangel, defend us in our battle against principalities and powers.
Ще му щупим врата или ще го наръгаме с нещо.
Against the spirits of wickedness in the high places. Come to the assistance of men whom God has created to his
Прием
likeness
залагания.
and whom he has redeemed at a great price from the tyranny of the devil. We know your name, demon.
Или духът ще се
You that
вцели в
calls
нея
itself Mordred.
и тя ще го убие.
Release
да видим.
Adrian, I command you in the name of our Lord.
Аха.
Stoop down in Peter's spirit.
Mordred, you who made yourself guilty during life and therefore remain guilty in death and beyond, go to the hell in which you belong. Go into purgatory, where you should burn sinner for all your deeds.
Behold the cross of the Lord.
Mordred, you who has raised the weapon against your brother Marcus, you who murdered your wife with a blade of your sword, Maria, whose soul has found no peace since then.
Behold the cross of the Lord.
Guilty you are, Mordred, and guilty you will always be. Bow beneath the all-powerful
по-тъмно.
hand of God. Release Adrian and go there where you can receive the vengeance of God.
О, ето. О, знаех се, че ще убие дядката.
Father Frederick,
Не беше.
I saw it. He spoke to me. It's the wrong place.
The wrong place.
There's nowhere for him to go here. Not from his word.
oh Father,
Добре. Nowhere to go.
Adrian,
Adrian, wake up!
Интересно. Айде, chapter 6. Ей.
Thank you again for helping me bring Adrian to the castle.
But of course, miss.
На то не моя чиста работа,
there
аз ви
anything else
казвам.
I can do?
Мръсник е.
No, not at the moment.
Then I'll come over again tomorrow. Have a nice day.
See you. As long as Adrian's still asleep, I should let the Archbishop know about the current state of affairs.
Ние сега ще играем с друг герой. Песа, да. И аз така знам. Значи ние сега играем с Пенка. Защо така? Чайте да се явнем. Запази Пенка. Пенка харесва ли
The
килима?
floor of the library is higher than the rest of the rooms on the ground floor. Perhaps the secret entrance is hidden under it. Or maybe just old-fashioned underfloor heating.
Добре.
The floor of perhaps
Perhaps.
the Gordon file from the Vatican archives. The last entry is from 1923. It notes the handing over of the guardian position to Victoria Gordon. Right at the front of the file is a copy of a letter from Marcus Gordon. In it, he says that the entrance to the Shade Portal is sealed with an altar. The underground chapel was consecrated and prevents the Shades from entering the catacombs. The Bible gave me much strength when I needed it. I think everyone should read it at least once. Matches. They're from a cafe in London where I met the Archbishop a few days ago. I let the dictaphone run during the exorcism. I can't understand a word, even though I understand quite a few languages. But that must be a very, very old one. It's for an emergency, in case... Yeah, well, Mordred attacks me.
За отваряне на писма.
Lexicons and biographies about British lords. I found the book about the Guardians here. Mainly lexicons and a mighty pillar. There's only English literature here. Shakespeare, etc. The Gordon family tree. Many of the Guardians were women. Isabella, Emily, Rosa. But also Marcus Gordon, Albert, and Durham. There are records on them in the Vatican Library. Your Grace, this is Prioress Antolini. There were complications. The exorcism failed. No, I don't think that was the reason. Yes, but that only makes sense if the demon is unknown. Correct, Your Grace. We underestimated his strength. Father Frederick is dead. He was thrown across the room, and Okay. No. The Guardian is doing well considering the circumstances. Yes, Your Grace. I understand. I also think that the location is crucial. The Guardian had an image of Pictish glyphs with him, the same as those engraved on the Shade Portal. That's exactly where the demon must be forced back. Yes, into the Black Mirror. It'll be no problem to get there. The demon itself tries to force its way to the mirror. It's drawn to it like a magnet. He won't cause us any problems until then. On the contrary, Guardian and Demon will be hard to keep apart. Yes, that's the other side of the coin. But, Your Grace, the man is probably the only one who can fulfill this task. Yes. Is there an alternative to exorcism? Of course, I'll do that. All right then. First, I have to find the entrance to the catacombs under the castle. A chapel is mentioned in the records, which is found down there. That's where I guess the Black Mirror is.
Ние налетяхме
Yes.
там с
Yes.
телепорта,
Thank you,
бе.
Your Grace. Thank you.
Телепорт.
Good. As long as Adrian is still asleep, I can start looking for a way in. Most secret passageways in old walls have the characteristic of not being sealed completely airtight. That could help me. There were still some old tiles stored in the cellar. If no one had saved them back then the whole floor would have had to been relaid. I wanted the rubble to be stored in the hall, so that the kids that sometimes meet outside the castle don't injure themselves. But I didn't think it would be so much.
Трябва. You gotta think.
I don't see any way to get through this door. I once saw such a huge globe in the museum in Moscow. It was also made of metal. I remember that Australia was only half depicted on it, because they hadn't yet mapped it out completely when they made it. The entrance to the catacombs used to be under the foundation stone, but Marcus had it sealed off. Now it's only a cellar down there.
Бъде си яката.
Black mold. According to Greg, it was caused by the extinguishing water, which offers an excellent breeding ground for molds once it's soaked into the walls. Black mold. There are only Victoria's papers here. Bank statements, bills, and so on. They're of no use.
Okay.
Greg was going to repair the grandfather clock, but he never got around to it.
Тъпичко.
A statue of the Virgin Mary. She was venerated for her humility and her firm belief in God. A plain marble pedestal. I almost like it more. I didn't even like horses when I was a little girl.
Тук знам, че има много парички. Когато това продължава... Аха, вижте, те вече не са активни даже. Но това продължава да е активно, не знам дали не го изпуснахме. Добре. Така, да видим какво има на горния етаж. Първо тук, вижте сега отворено. Ще коментира ли нещо?
When I first came here, this room wasn't being used. I've had everything that's still usable brought into here. Paintings tell a lot about the period in which they were painted. Fortunately, these ones weren't too badly damaged by the fire.
Добре.
Lady Victoria was always very vigilant when I was in the room. I hardly had the chance to have a look around. Well, she'd understand now.
Давайте да видим сега.
There's only jewelry in here. 2 necklaces, a pair of earrings, and rings. It's all silver and stylish.
Не, ще ги вземем.
The jewelry case weighs at least 5 kilos. And what is that? There's some kind of flap on the underside.
Ага.
How do I open it? I can't see any keyhole or anything like that. I'll show it to Adrian as soon as he's awake. Perhaps he knows something about it. Victoria's jewelry casket. There's a... Even though she was really ill in her final days, she still set great store in keeping a well-groomed appearance.
Добре.
Those are all things that were close to Victoria's heart. But there's nothing of interest to me there, though.
Вижда се за портрета.
The image of a beautiful woman. I'm thinking that must be Maria. I completely forgot about the machines. As soon as all of this is over, I'll have them picked up. Just a minute. There's a syringe here with adrenaline in it. I'll take it with me just in case of
Тя
an
просто е
emergency.
така останала нищото, е една спринцовка. Добре.
Adrenaline. It's usually administered intravenously.
Добре.
Victoria's dressing room. The only area in this room I could have a look at. But in vain, though. There really are only clothes here.
Окей. Ами тук вече май няма нищо, така че до там. Така стифната стая.
Adrian is still asleep. I'll leave him in peace.
Добре. Стой тук. Няма дневник, тър. Защо?
The entrance to the catacombs must be in the castle. I'll only... The entrance to the catacombs...
Тя е направена от захар.
The wonderful cutlery didn't survive the fire very well. I've stored the remains in boxes upstairs. I was almost killed by a ceiling beam during the first inspection with the workmen. That's why there are supports in here. The source of the fire was here in the kitchen. The room up there was the butler's room, I think.
Тук се влиза, ама как?
I'm sure there's wine stored in these barrels.
I'm also sure.
A dustpan and brush. These are clearly too small for the current condition of the castle. The electricity in the cellar has been turned off for safety reasons. So, unfortunately... Creepy darkness. That reminds me of something very unpleasant from my childhood in the convent.
Браво. Айде. Добре. Добре, нека да вземем от някъде, може би ще намерим лампа.
Victoria's jewelry. The entrance to the catacombs must...
Ah,
The Gordon family crest. A sheep. The entrance... Now it's all...
добре, ама защо продължава да е?
The entrance... Mainly... There's only English. Perhaps the...
Добре, да не би да трябва да... Чай, че аз не пробвах нищо. Тук няма, вижте. Так. Ето. Абе, тук има. Аха, ето. Добре.
That's the main switch for the cellar. The electricity has been switched off completely for safety reasons.
Terminal.
Can't get any further here. The corner's just... The well seems to be dry. A water pump. The workmen brought it with them to pump out the cellar. This was actually only rented for a week. The well seems to... The sewer system under the castle couldn't deal with all that firefighting water. 3 weeks ago, the water in the cellar was still up to my knees. It'll be months before anyone will be able to access the sewer system without diving equipment.
Добре, бъче. Добре, тук има лампа, има кабел.
The wine barrels have been empty for decades. The last generation of Gordons were tea drinkers.
Не става нагоре. Интересно. Няма, това ли е само? Това е. Всичко сме на... Кладенеца. Чакай да пуснем вътре клечка. Чак сега се сетих. Чак сега се сетих. Да.
The well seems to be dry.
Даде. Даде. Кладенеца, да, пусни вътре клечката. Не.
The well seems to be...
Добре, защо? Кладенеца е единственото, което остана, значи нещо ще трябва да използваме. Добре, да се ходим за сега. Той нейния нож трябва да се ползва някъде, къде? Тук тия работи, какви са тук бутилки. Добре, така, тук тя няма да излезе навънка.
The entrance.
Така, добре. Така, сега. Това тук е останало също в...
The entrance to... The entrance to the catacombs must be in the entrance. Now it's only a cellar. The floor of the library is high. Perhaps the secret entrance is hidden.
Добре, значи да го събудим с принцовката ли? С инжекцията ли? Не.
Adrian is still
Добре де.
I let the dictaphone run during the exorcism.
Не, да.
I can't understand a word.
Няма, тук абсолютно нищо няма. Добре. Тук не можем.
Adrian is... The Bible gave me... I think everyone. Matches. They're from a cafe in London where... Matches. They're from a cafe in London.
Добре.
I let the dictaphone... I can't understand a word, even though I understand quite a few languages. But that must be a very, very old one. It's, Adrian is...
Прямо то няма много... Тук само това останало.
Black mold. The entrance.
А! Не знам, нещо става. А.
The flame is burning uniformly.
Просто е така.
Matches. They're from a cafe in London. There's only English literature.
Да, чакай. Защо така мога да го ползвам? Драфт. Tactics,
The
драфт.
flame is burning uniformly.
Търсим скрита стая. Сега ще видим къде е духа. Вятъра. Течението.
There you go.
Да.
The flame flickers here. There's a draft. And this room has no windows. I guess there's a cavity behind or in the pillar. But how do I get at it? Why didn't I think of that sooner? This plate can be removed. Uh-huh. There's a metal wall behind it. And there's a strangely shaped hole in it too. A keyhole, I guess.
Wow. Yeah.
The hole is the shape of a cogwheel. A normal key definitely doesn't fit in here. I won't be able to open the secret door with the dagger. Victoria's jewelry. The casket is too sturdy. The
Ugh.
dagger would just break.
Дай да се звъни.
I've already spoken to
Добре. Добре сега. Къде да ходим? Да ходим да го будим този кавал. Ето той е станал.
Adrian. How are you doing?
Hungover. What happened?
You suddenly lost consciousness during the exorcism.
Did it work? Is Mordred gone? What about my eyes? Are they still black?
Your eyes are normal again. At least for the moment. But I'm afraid that it won't stay like that for long.
I guessed as much. Why am I in the castle? I thought it wasn't safe here.
That's true. But I had no other choice. Edward helped me bring you here.
Edward? And where is Father Frederick?
He's still in the church. We're going back to him later. There were a few complications.
So, it didn't work?
Unfortunately not. It doesn't seem Mordred can be cast out with prayers alone.
Strange. It always seems to work in the movies.
Maybe it was the wrong script.
The Bible. Yeah.
Добре. Отец Фредерик.
Father Frederick is out of it. Mordred's power was too much for him. We'll have to be quick if we're going to save you.
What are we waiting for then? I feel almost good. At least I'm ready for the final spurt.
I have another idea of how we can get rid of Mordred. But for that, we must go to the Black Mirror, where the curse began.
Where everything began. Victoria told me exactly that. Shortly before she died. I should go to where everything began, but but I've got no idea where that is and how to get there.
I found something interesting in the library. I think it's some kind of secret door to the catacombs.
A secret door in the library? Let me guess. It's locked, right? And you've got no idea how to open it.
I was hoping you could help me.
Why not? I haven't got anything else planned.
Окей, сега и двамата.
Valentina,
Yes.
Добре, нека да се говорят.
someone's leaving me messages describing the virtues of a guardian. You don't happen to know anything about that, do you?
I wrote them. They were tests to see if you could become the next guardian in spite of the curse. I had assumed that apart from Victoria, there was only Angelina, but she was nowhere to be found. There was no time. Victoria lay on her deathbed. She was the last guardian. It had to be settled. When we heard that you were maintaining that you were a Gordon and were also innocent of any crime, then the Vatican changed its plan. We had to assure ourselves that you were still of pure heart, and you passed all the tests.
But you weren't there.
True. I wasn't there.
All right, Miss Undercover. The room in which Mordred crossed over into me. Do you know anything about it?
What kind of room is it?
A kind of ritual chamber. Skulls everywhere, a throne.
They investigated a ritual chamber in the old academy, but all the records were lost in a fire around 1512. And the knowledge of it was lost in the process as well. So no, I know even less about it than you do.
So what actually is this black mirror then?
We think it's a kind of portal.
And where does it lead?
Nobody knows exactly, and it's a dangerous thing to investigate. Mordred tried, but the Black Mirror enslaved him. Pope Innocent III believed it might lead to the destruction of Christianity. What we know for sure is that it's older than anything else on Earth.
I thought it might have been built by pagan druids or something like that.
It's much older than that. The Druids used it for ceremonies, yes, but they definitely didn't build it. It's been there since the dawning of time, so they say.
Holy crap. So what is it then?
Нещо
We
тип
can
Ктулу,
only speculate.
може би е това.
The mirror attracts evil, or how should I put it? According to the old Druidic scriptures, there were regular human sacrifices. Apparently, the altar table in front of the Black Mirror portal was already drenched in century-old blood back then. The souls of the sacrifices are drawn into the mirror, but only if they're absolutely evil. The soul of
Evil.
a good person cannot enter the mirror. It
Аха.
seems to be something like... yes. Like...
The gateway to hell, perhaps?
yes. And no, not just the gate, but the mirror too. Glancing into it reveals the innermost self. It reflects the soul for everyone to see.
I wonder what the Pope would see if he looked into it. And all the dignitaries of the world. No wonder the entrance has to be guarded. But times have changed. Why don't we just have a look at the thing? Purely scientifically, I mean.
Evil can also break out of the mirror. Its effect is unbound. You can feel its power yourself. Who's ever susceptible is enticed into evil. That's why life in the castle is so dangerous. It's right within its sphere. Mordred was changed. The spark of evil that always smoldered within him was fanned into a blazing fire. He did everything he could to open the portal. Rumors suggest that he almost found the mechanism.
I wouldn't know what I might ask her.
Adrian,
Hmm?
have you got any idea how to open this? I mean the secret compartment on the bottom. Seems to be a very complicated mechanism.
Да сме го стъпили.
Yes, of course, there's that way too. There's nothing to discuss with Adrian right now. A golden sword hilt from Victoria's jewelry casket. It's decorated with 4 gemstones, probably rubies. There's a 5th socket there too, but it seems there's a stone missing.
То това е ключа. Добре, дайте да сейвнем. И тук ще приключим този епизод и с всички YouTube ще се видим следващия. Чао, чао.